Every life has a soundtrack. Join me as we invite guests to share their journey through music, one song at a time. 10 moments, 10 memories. I'm your host, Sean, and welcome to 10 Tracks.
Are you ready?
hmm
Welcome to 10 Tracks. My guest today is Amanda J. Scott. Amanda's the author of Finding My Way Back to Me, her story about how she found the courage to free herself after 17 years in an abusive marriage. Amanda now works with people who have experienced domestic, financial, and emotional abuse, helping them to rebuild their lives and find a new way forward. Amanda, welcome to 10 Tracks.
Hello, lovely to be here. Thank you, Sean, for having me on your show today, and hello to all the listeners. Yes, thank you. I'm an author, and I work with people that have experienced or are experiencing abuse, supporting them to gently heal what's been broken and to make positive changes in their life and to rebuild that self-belief. As Sean, as you've said, I experienced domestic abuse in a marriage for 17 years. Yet for the
Wow.
longest time, I didn't realize what it was
Right.
because abuse takes on many masks. It's often hidden, whether it's financial, emotional, physical, or sexual abuse. It creates a feeling of shame in the abused that keep them stuck. Nobody, nobody wants to feel unloved and uncared for. So we make excuses for our partner's behavior,
Yeah.
instead of rather than accepting the truth. So that's why I really wanted to come out and share my lived experience to help shine more light on this issue. Because one of
Can you,
my Mm?
I was going to say, can you tell us a little bit about like you growing up? I think you're in Australia, you're in Sydney currently.
I'm
And
Sydney,
so,
Australia. That's
yeah.
right.
So can you tell
Yeah.
us a little bit about your background, about growing up, and then how maybe when you first got married and things like that. And
Yes, I think what happens is, I mean, I will be going through this with the tracks, but I think what happens sometimes, um, you don't see it. You think that that love is when somebody calls you 10 times a day, you think that's love sometimes, and you mistake it. You can mistake love for for control.
yeah,
And I think that's what happened because, as I said before, we all want to be loved. And I was convinced that when I married, um, I was loved. Uh, but when when I stopped seeing friends, I believed that he cared for me and for my well-being. I didn't realize that my with love that I thought about it in a different way, and I think as we go through these tracks, we discover that we're looking for love outside
yeah.
rather than building it from within.
When your book came out last year,
Yes.
so how long before when you left the marriage did you start to or think, okay, I want to put my thoughts into something like and write this book? How long did it take you after the marriage ended to do that?
Not long, because it was part of a healing for me to
Yeah.
write down, to go through my mind. I never thought I'd become a writer. Um, But I think through the experience, that's what urged me to write the book.
Yeah.
Because I would sit down with the rawness and it would help me go through, heal. And yes, it was difficult to write about abuse and betrayal. Um, but it was also uplifting to write about moving forward, rising, forgiving, and making your way back to wholeness.
Yeah.
So it was therapy in a way. It was writing, like music, is a way of healing.
All right.
Yeah.
So I guess in most relationships there is give and take and there's compromise here and there, but when you lose your complete identity or who you
Yes.
are, then it becomes not healthy or not, a
No.
situation that is um, beneficial to you individually, but also into the
Yeah.
relationships, I would imagine, right?
Absolutely. But the situation I was in had really nothing to do with what I did or what I didn't do. The the main thing is we because my husband was a deeply insecure man that needed absolute control. And because of my lack of self-worth, I decided to accept that rather than question that.
Right.
You see, when you've been abused for a long time, you keep on accepting it, even though you know you shouldn't.
Wow.
And abuse grows slowly. It starts out with one incident of disrespect, and then it becomes two and three, until eventually it becomes a way I lived. I mean, I was told I was stupid, so it didn't take long for me to believe that. And that meant each time I was treated badly, it became my fault
Hmm.
because I thought if I was better, things would be better. So we start to blame ourselves. Yes.
I imagine in the book you have steps that you can follow as to kind of connecting with this pattern or to find the pattern. Is this something that when you started to notice this or eventually realize, okay, this is abusive, this is not healthy, this is, I don't want this anymore.
Yeah.
These are steps that you're sharing now for people to identify if they're in relationships, right? So it doesn't
Yes.
like
Yes.
necessarily you're saying if it's physical, if it's mental, financial, it's still there patterns that you can identify. Is that,
Yes. Absolutely. And the first one is awareness, is
yeah,
acknowledgement. And that's the hardest truth to face because we think it's not that bad, especially emotional or financial abuse. We don't think it's that bad. We normalize it,
yeah,
and uh, we don't think it's bad, especially because there's no broken bones or bruises to prove the
if it's not
pain.
physical, yeah.
Mm,
It sounds like I mean, I imagine that when you're meeting people, you hear this a lot. Is this I'm just trying to because again, I don't know if I have friends or family that are going through stuff like this, and if they're not
mm,
sharing, if they're hiding this, how, if you don't obviously see or
yeah.
witness something, maybe an incident where, like you said, if someone's telling you or your husband was saying to you, you're stupid in a more public kind of situation, most people would never know what's going on with people in this.
No, no. But it's always good to have one friend. All
Yeah,
you need is just one friend who's there to help you and support you to get through it. And not to judge you without
right.
judgment, but to be there. And it just, people, it's just, it takes time. And it takes time at their own pace, in their own time. It's nothing, the way it's done because, some people say enough is enough when, um, well, they finally say enough is enough when there's bruises and they have the physical, um, pain when they suffer that. But for some, it's, in the moments where they just wake up and realize that no, I don't want to live with disrespect anymore. Yeah,
Yeah.
I deserve better in life. I deserve to be treated with kindness and respect.
Yeah.
So yes, and yeah, real love doesn't look like control. And it took me ages to realize that, yeah, real love is, yeah, without that. So, yes, I go through those, but the first step, and the most powerful step a woman can take is to acknowledge and admit that she is in an abusive, or he is in an
Yeah.
abusive relationship. Yeah.
Let's jump into your tracks. Um,
Okay.
and because I think you're going to take us on a bit of a journey here. I'm really excited to learn more about the songs you picked. But we
Yeah.
start with track one, and I'm going in the order that you gave me. So
Okay.
this is Matt Monro, "Born Free."
Yes, Born Free. And this was the theme song for the film
Yeah.
Born Free. I don't know whether you've ever seen it.
I have seen it, and it's
Have
probably one of the
you?
first films that I cried as a kid because
Did
watching that
There
as a
we
young
are.
boy. So it was definitely it stayed with me for. I told my wife the other day that I want to see the film again because I haven't seen it since I
Yes.
was a
Yes.
child, and
Do
I'm
you know,
kind of worried.
I haven't seen it, and I for a while, yeah. Well, it came out in 1966.
Yeah,
Well, I was, yeah, nearly, I think I was around 3 at that time. And I don't remember much from that age, but I remembered the feeling this music gave me. That's what I remember. It's like the melody lived somewhere inside me long before I understood the words.
yeah,
Yeah. You said the film is a story about Elsa, the lioness,
yeah,
in Africa, who's brought up, raised by humans, and then they decide to release her. But I think she's told to go into a zoo, but no, they wanted to release her in the wild, back in the wild. So even as a child, I felt that message, this idea that we are meant to be caged. We're
are we
not.
not meant to be caged?
No,
No.
that our
Yeah,
nature is freedom, isn't
yeah,
it? Yeah, it's freedom. That's who we are. We're wild, we're instinctive, and we are worthy of space.
yeah.
So that really made a big impression on me. The lyrics. Do you know the lyrics to it?
Yeah, 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 for sure. I mean, I'm a big
Yeah.
fan of Matt Monro, and this is one of like the top five of his songs. I know he didn't write it, but this his version I think is probably one of my favorites of
Yeah.
this song.
So born free as the wind blows, as
Yeah,
free as I'm not very good at singing, but as free as the grass grows, born free to follow your heart.
yeah,
So even before I could articulate it, it became a belief system for me
yeah.
at a very early age. And
It's
yeah,
I actually think that we are all, no matter if you want a formal union with another person or if you just want to be with another person, we're still
mm,
individuals. And I think we
yeah,
sometimes forget that because we feel like, no, we're a couple, we're this, we're that, and we put all these labels. But at the end of the day, I think true love is true freedom. I don't think it's
Yes,
about possessions because at the end of the day, no matter what, your house, your car, your jewelry, your shirt, they're just possessions. And I think
absolutely.
we try to
Yes.
do that with our friends, with our partners,
Mm.
spouses. And so I think that this to me is the song about no, we're at the end of the day, we're just individuals and we interact with people. And if we want to have a unity out of respect, I don't know if I'm right. This is just what I
You
believe.
are, Sean. You're absolutely, I believe everything you're saying there because love is a connection. Love is without an attachment. It's not being attached. It's a connection with everyone.
Yeah.
It's not
And
needy. Yeah.
you can have connections with other people even if you're
Yes.
married or if you're with a partner,
Yeah.
and it doesn't have to be
Mm.
physical or anything that you're doing
No.
like that's not taboo or bad or anything or
Mm.
what we consider bad. I think it's a
Mm.
matter of people in the energy travels around. So you may bump into somebody at an airport and have a connection. It doesn't mean that you want to have an affair or a relationship, but
No.
our energy and that person's energy has there's a reason why that energy comes together. That's what I believe. I
Abs
don't know if I'm right or wrong or um
yeah. And it takes, when you're secure within yourself,
yeah,
that's it. Being secure within yourself. That's the most
right.
important thing. Because then you're more connected than ever. You're connected to yourself and you've got your own freedom.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
I don't know if Sting wrote it or if the song he has set them, if
oh,
love
really?
someone, set them free. I don't know if he wrote the
Yeah.
song or if it's just a song he sang, but or someone else wrote it. But there's lyrics of that is
Wow.
kind of similar to Born Free to this song. It's
This
about,
song, yeah.
if you love someone
Someone.
like
Oh,
Elsa that
yes,
has
I
to
know
kind
which
of
one you mean. Yeah.
yeah,
Set them free.
yeah.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
Um,
Love that. Yeah, that's right. That's another good song. But yeah, I was born free. I was born with a heart and a purpose that wasn't meant to be confined. Yeah. Yeah. So I didn't know, of course, back then how my life would later try to cage me.
yeah,
And yeah, I didn't know that. And I didn't know how far from freedom I would be.
yeah.
But this song is, I would say, is an anchor to my original self.
Did you notice, like, say, did you have relationships prior or pre your husband that were a borderline of maybe controlling or possessive or anything like that? That maybe there was a
Not
pattern.
really, not really, because I'll go into later the next song that no,
Okay.
not really. Um, but this song, Born Free, reminds me of that essence, that little girl in me.
Yeah,
That's what it reminds me. Yeah.
that's lovely.
And love is yes, it's like I don't know what happens. Beliefs and behaviors are created, aren't they, as you're growing up? And we form, and they're determined often by our parents and friends and who we spend time with. Yeah. So, but that little essence was born free. And every
Hmm.
child is born free, aren't they?
Yeah.
Curious of the world and what's going on, and with yeah, yeah. So it's great to come back to that through life.
Well, let's also jump into good segue into your next track. So this is Climie
Yeah,
Fisher,
yeah,
Love Changes Everything. Now, I'm not familiar with this
yes,
song, so this was a new one
no.
for me.
Oh, this one. Well, this one came in, and I was 17,
Okay.
and I met the first love of my life. Back then at 17, on the edge between childhood and adulthood.
Yeah.
And at that age, of course, love felt like oxygen. It was the answer to every question, and it was the solution to every ache, wasn't it? Love. Yeah, finding love. So this song captured that belief. And that once love arrives, it shifts everything. And it's true. It's true. Love does change everything.
Hmm.
But what I didn't realize at that time of my life, that it's not just that romantic love that changes us. I didn't know that. I thought at 17 that being loved by someone else was proof that I was lovable.
Okay.
So I didn't know yet that sometimes you need heartache to shape you. And sometimes it's good for loneliness because loneliness wakes you up, doesn't it? Sometimes when you're lonely, it makes you become more connected to yourself.
But
Uh,
then with through the loneliness, you can love yourself.
Sometimes when you're not through the heartache, I think if
Yeah.
you have heartache in your life, it shapes you. And you start to think, yeah, what does love mean to me? What
Heartache
is
in
love?
anything, like losing
Well,
friends, family, or love
well,
heartache.
no, I'm thinking love or heartache, yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Let's go with that for now.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I just think it shapes you as a person going through those life experiences. Yeah. Where, you with a partner and you get upset because they're not doing what you want them to do, you know, or, they're not calling you. Oh my goodness, So we held them, I think, responsible for our happiness,
Yeah.
don't we? Well, that's what I did. You think in a way, yeah, they're responsible for my happiness. Why haven't they called me today? Why haven't they? Yeah. So so that's what happens, and I think sometimes it's good to be alone to get to know yourself
Mm, for sure.
because that's really important to connect to yourself,
Yeah.
and then of course self-love. That
Yeah.
saved me. Self-love just saves you. Yeah.
I mean, if there was no heartache, there'd
Mm.
probably be a lot less interesting, passionate songs written
Yes,
musically. So,
true. I'll give it
and I
that.
say that in the more
Yes.
poetic way, but
Yes.
you wouldn't have a
You're
lot of
right.
great songs. But I
That's
think
funny. That's right. Yeah.
but I think it's also a part of maturity and I
Yeah.
guess self awareness by having different relationships, especially as early, as you said, like late teens.
Yes.
Even I think I don't know, 14 having a girlfriend and kind of
Yeah.
passing notes and stuff like that and saying we're going
Yeah.
steady and all this. It was very
Yes.
innocent-ish,
Mm.
but it's kind of like still that wasn't expected to be forever. And I don't think I was under an illusion that it was, but at the time you just think this is what I'm in, this sort
Yes.
of experience. But it hopefully grow, most people should grow from that emotionally and physically for future to help build
Mm.
what as they get something more longer, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. I think these life experiences are there to show us, you know, what love means to us, what to grow stronger with your own love. And we go through these life experiences, but the most powerful love, the one that truly changes everything in life, is the love that we learn to give ourselves.
Yeah.
So that's what it is. And I think, yes, yes, love does change everything. But the love changes us the most that transforms our identity and our future is the love we build from inside out. Yeah. And that's the love. I'm still learning and I'm choosing it every day, every single day. It's not something that you stop. You choose, it's like self-care. Um, you keep that up. It's maintaining it. You don't need to control it. You just maintain the kindness for yourself, the respect for yourself, and that echoes out.
When growing up, how was your family, like your parents, and your relationship to them?
Yes, no, my parents were, it was good. It was good. They actually weren't very good together, I don't think. But yet I think I felt that. I must have felt that. So even though it doesn't direct it at me, I still sort of was aware of what was going on. Something wasn't right.
Hmm.
Yeah. So it comes down to values, doesn't it? It
Yeah.
comes back to values. And yeah, and that's why being free is also having very good values because people, it's trust and it's walking your talk. Yes, if you say you're honest and trusting and respect and kindness, is being that yourself and to others and towards others as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, and having good values. That's number one, I think.
I
Um,
have a question.
yeah.
In any of the clients you work with or studies that you've done, for instance, say relationships where one person is asking the other person to change religion, you know, to because of their religious beliefs.
Mm,
And so this other person will, if they want to stay with that person, has to conform or change
mm,
to their religion or something to be in this relationship or to be with that person. I mean, do you feel that there is this emotional? I'm not trying to say it's abusive, but I think that that's definitely
yeah.
some type of conformity, which I feel takes ownership over
Mm.
uh, two people who are just together as they are and not having to change,
Well,
dramatically.
absolutely. You can't change anybody. It's about acceptance. Love is acceptance, and that's full acceptance. That's full. Love is unconditional. It's not conditional. Okay, so I will love you even if you go and do this, It's no. It's like you're either all in or you're not,
Yeah.
It's like you fully accept that something or you don't. And it's not right. You aren't giving that person the freedom to be themselves if you expect them to change.
Yeah, because
They're
even
not
if they
having the, yes.
like if they
Yeah.
change jersey, like I was supporting this club, now I have to
Yes.
support this club because you
No.
support this club. But deep in my heart, I still
Yes.
support, or I don't support any club. I'm not a supporter of
Yeah.
clubs. So
Yeah.
it seems
So
absurd,
love is
but I don't.
freedom.
Yeah,
Yeah. And it's for freedom for others as well. Not just yourself, it's give others a choice of making their own decisions, their own choices. And if you're aligned, you'll be together. Yes? But if that person changes, no, they're not, it's like they're just being who they are. You can't change that. They are responsible for themselves. And everybody, after 18, they're all responsible for themselves. So it's like they're all responsible for their own happiness and their decisions that they're making in life. So if they're in an unhappy marriage, at the moment, that's where they want to be because they would have moved out of that.
right,
Yeah, they would have because it's abuse to themselves. They're not just being abused, they're actually abusing themselves by putting up with it.
right, right.
So I think it's really, we now need to take responsibility of who we are and not allow others to change us, to make us who we're really not. Go back to that born free,
Yeah,
the true version of ourselves that are free to be who we are, who we want to be. And It's about being with somebody who is happy that you're that way anyway and accepts you fully. So love is acceptance. Yeah,
Yeah.
accepting yourself just the way you are, which we'll get into, and accepting, accepting others just the way they are. That's the most important. But it takes a while to learn that, through life experiences. Yes, because it took me 17 years to say no, enough is enough. So,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. But yes, before you mention the title to the next one song,
Hmm.
I just gotta say one thing. Some songs enter your bloodstream
Yeah.
and they weave themselves into your identity. And long before you realize what you're agreeing to. And this
Okay.
song, well, they become prayers that you didn't know you were even praying. And this is one of the songs that was that did that to me. And that was Woman in Chains by Tears for Fears.
This is track three.
Do you
It's a
know that
beautiful
one?
song. Yeah, absolutely. I'm a
Yeah.
big fan of
It,
Tears for Fears, and this song was so
yeah.
powerful and
Mm,
off this album. Um,
mm.
tell me more about how you relate to it.
I think I thought the words were like. I just think I just loved the sound. I loved the woman's voice, and I just got carried away with the whole thing. And maybe I was feeling like that inside, but I did. I sang the song with every inch of myself.
Yeah.
Sometimes we do that. Do you do that? I mean, this one I did, and the music, the emotion, the rawness, it just felt like someone had written. It must have been my insides to sound. It felt like that. So at the time, I really, really didn't know what I was manifesting,
Yeah. I mean, Alita Adams'
and I
voice in
didn't
here is
understand. Yeah. Oh,
beautiful.
it's incredible. Yeah. And I didn't realize that art has power. It does, doesn't it?
Yeah,
It
for sure.
just it has power. And when we connect to a story, we sometimes unknowingly agree to live that. And I did. I lived it. I built that life. I mirrored those lyrics. And as I said before, I stayed in that marriage for 17 years. And yeah, I became that woman in chains.
Were
And
there songs like this that actually you started to relate to during the time you were still married and still kind of obviously starting to realize that this is not what I want? And so these songs
yeah,
were there as a almost like sent to you by the universe to say, hey,
absolutely. Absolutely. So as I was going through, there's some other songs that I'll go through that helped me through. They helped me through this situation. They did.
wow,
And I will go through all that. But it was just amazing. I never even thought about this song it was just before I got married. It was before. I didn't even play it, I don't think. Even for 17 years, I didn't play this song. But I had a very funny thing happen to me, John,
okay.
because I was going through the house when I was packing up and freeing myself. I was going through the house and I found this old CD. I hadn't looked at that. I think it's got the sun on there at
Hmm.
the
Something
cover
like
of
that.
that. Has it?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
And it was at the back of a cupboard. Look, I hadn't been in this cupboard for a long time. And I had an epiphany. That's when I
Wow.
had the epiphany. When I was leaving the house, that's when I had an epiphany. And I thought, oh my God, I can't believe this. I have created this life. It was, I couldn't believe it because I found that CD and it was, yeah. So, um, and I thought, okay, then, okay, so let's play that less. Let's play it. I want to hear it. Oh, and I could feel it. But then I heard those last lyrics, and the lyrics at the end, they, I put it on, and the last chorus is, so free her,
Yeah.
so free her. Oh my God, that song, it still gives me shivers. It still
Mm.
um, makes my cells jump up and down because, I was finally doing it. I was actually finally completed the whole track. Thank goodness I got through that track,
Yeah.
that I had freed her because that changed everything. It really did. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Music, oh my God, you don't realize, when somebody's listening to them, you can tell where they are in life, can't you? Or where they've been or where they're going, through what they're listening. Because music
Yeah.
is memory, it's identity, it's a mirror. That's what music is. Mm.
Yeah. And I wonder if this song has inspired other women to also empower them
Yeah.
to maybe to think, I don't want to be in these situations. I need this freedom. I need to be in
Yes.
control of myself. It's a beautiful song. I mean, I think the
It
lyrics
is.
and
Yeah.
the,
And I think Roland from the band, he actually wrote that song. He wrote that song because his mother was going through abuse.
yeah.
Yeah. It's just so powerful. It's amazing. I think it's wonderful. I just think songs are just wow. They really resonate what you're meant to listen to, don't they, really? You really resonate what you're going through in life, and it touches you. It really is very, very powerful. Yeah, yeah.
During before you actually left, were there times when you tried to confront your ex-husband to talk about things or to
Oh,
speak from your heart
definitely.
and share how you felt and
Absolutely. And I think that's important when you're going through that. If you're thinking of separating or, yeah, you need to have a counseling session together and everything like that. That's very important. So I do believe that, yeah, to somebody there to sort of be there for you both, like mediate, to talk to you both, and so that you've got somebody to talk professionally. Really, I think that's very important. Yes. So,
let's
yeah.
let's go to track 4.
Yes.
This is Leona Lewis, Run.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
This is a Snow Patrol
Well,
song.
is it? Yeah. Run.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Originally they wrote it.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
Well, it's just beautiful, and she sings it in a fabulous way. But this was when I was going through it. This was probably the first part of it, really, that when I was going through it, and um, well, I was learning but this song really got to the really deep, the fragile part of me.
Yeah.
That's what I think, the most yeah, fragile part of me, and it wasn't the music for me; it was a message. To me, this was like a lifeline.
Hmm.
Yeah, because those lyrics, light up, as if you have a choice, even though you cannot hear my voice, I am right beside you, or something like that. You know how it goes at the
Yeah.
end. I'm beside you, dear. Now, my father had passed away, and this to me felt like my dad was speaking to me. Come on, Amanda, you've got a choice, you know. You have a choice. I'm here, I'm beside you. I'm going to
Yeah.
help you because to my family was over in England, so I didn't have support here.
Okay.
Yes, I had one really good friend, but I didn't have anybody else here to really help me and support me. I couldn't go to my parents because they were all the way in England. And to be honest, I really never told them what I was going through. But and he passed away. My father had passed away. And to me, this was my dad helping me make that choice,
Right.
you know.
Had you tried to leave before you actually finally did it? Like, were there times ahead of that that you had attempted to leave?
No,
No.
because um I left, and I had given him, I had sort of made the decision that that was it. And I was quite final with that, that was it. Yeah. And this is the song, because when that decision's made, sometimes it's hard, it's difficult,
Hmm.
um, because and this was a song that helped me through the times just after I'd made that decision.
Yeah.
This was what got me through. It actually fueled and carried me through. Yeah. Because and with this song I felt less alone. And I put it on often
Yeah. Yeah.
because it's like my dad speaking to me. That in those moments when I doubted myself, it told me I deserve more, and um, that I was worthy of more as well, and that I could actually choose a better future. I could choose it. Make a
Hmm.
choice, Amanda. Make a choice. So it's a fabulous song. I could choose myself. I could choose freedom, and that I could go, and that's what I wanted. I didn't want to walk on eggshells anymore.
No.
I didn't. No, no. So, um, yeah, this the song, it actually was a moment where, it it the truth, saying the truth, it helped me speak my truth, and it helped me become more courageous.
Did you just have to say it out loud? Just hearing yourself say it out loud, was that helping you,
Well,
giving you some strength?
it was my dad was with me, and that was the main thing.
Yeah.
It's as though I had help. And I think, you know, we get from the songs, don't we? All different things. We get from music a lot of different uh, information, or not information, but what would you say, Sean? You just get, it helps you in so many different ways. And this
Yeah.
song just told
Absolutely.
me that my dad's here and I've got to make that choice. I have to make a choice. It's either I stay in a relationship like that or I leave. There was only two choices, but I know dad was beside me, whichever choice I was going to do. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I wanted a better life. I wanted a better life. So that track got me through. It got me through that. There was a few parts, but it got me through that part, that making that choice. And
Yeah.
I made that choice. Yeah, through that song.
It's a great song. I mean,
Yeah.
I've listened to it when it first came out, and like Leona Lewis's version is really
Yes.
beautiful as well.
Yeah, it is. Got a great voice. Yeah. So, I hope that maybe if anybody's experiencing or knows a friend that's going through abuse, maybe some of these songs might help them get through. You know, it might, or maybe they've got other songs, but it's good to have a song to help you through because sometimes you need somebody else's voice to
Yeah,
get you through until you've got your own.
exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yes.
Well, let's jump to track 5.
Yes.
This is Bruno Mars, Just the Way You Are.
Yeah. Now, isn't this a great song?
Yeah,
Just the way you are. Yeah. That was it wasn't just something to listen to. I needed to hear that then. I'd made that
yeah,
choice and I needed to hear that, and it was like the universe actually put it in my path. It was funny, because it just sort of came out at that time
yeah,
that I was going through at the exact moment, and I was ready to receive it. It came out, yeah. And the lyrics, it's just amazing, when I see your face, there's nothing that I'd change because you're amazing just the way you are.
yeah,
Absolutely. And one friend, I mean, that's what a friend told me, you know, she'd say that, but one friend, she gently noticed what was going on and she saw the disrespect that I was going through, and she'd noticed things and I, as I said before, I just normalized. I normalized it. Oh, okay, there's nothing bad, it's the way it is, because some people think that, relationships, yes, of course, of course, is disrespect. It's just every relationship's like that. But no, no, every relationship's not like that. A healthy, loving relationship isn't like that. No.
right.
So I think also if you see other people, because I think, oh no, you can't have that, and I know my sister, she had a beautiful, and she still does, has a beautiful, amazing, healthy relationship, beautiful, where they're both free to be themselves and they're connected and they talk and its communication is good. Now that is a healthy relationship. So maybe in a way I saw that and I believed it. I knew you could have that. Yes.
Hmm.
Um, but yes, absolutely. Um, it's important to, love love is without abuse.
Yeah,
So, yeah, so at first, of course, I normalized it and I brushed it off, but it actually, those words that she mentioned, the friend, and that's why I'm saying it takes time. It's fine. You know, whatever the friend says, you do it at your own time. But eventually I couldn't ignore those words and this uh, started playing. It was unraveling at the time when all the lies and everything were coming out. This song
hmm.
was on. Yeah. So I think
So
it's lovely. But hmm?
this song was pretty much you reminding yourself how
Mm.
special and how important you are. Is that something
Yes,
that you had to do? Yeah, exactly. Okay.
absolutely. Yeah. Because self-belief is
Yeah,
the start of changing everything in your world. I think the easiest thing is to blame other people,
right.
but it's not until we believe that we deserve more and that we will not put up with abuse any longer that things can start to change.
Absolutely. That's so
Yeah.
true.
So just the way you are became the anthem of me remembering who I was before the world tried to tell me who I was going to be. In a way, I started to understand that worthiness is not earned; it's at that core within your that worth. Yeah.
Yeah,
And this was the beginning of me becoming worthy of me, of my own love, of my own kindness, of my own respect. Oh, I mean, I wasn't there fully, no,
no,
but it was a little seed, a little song that planted in my head that, right, okay. Yes, you're amazing just the way you are. I think it's fantastic. Yeah. So this song stood in front of me until I was ready to walk through. I think that's, as I said before, sometimes you need to hear to heal, you know, through other songs, use other people's voice, to help you
Yeah.
get through these things. Yeah. Because it taught me a new language. It taught me the language of enoughness.
Hmm.
Yeah. If that, and it taught me the language of being loved without conditions.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Amanda,
So,
question.
mm,
Do you think people know the difference or can they identify with, say, when sometimes people are in relationships and maybe that relationship kind of runs its course, so to speak? There may not
mm,
be abuse, there may not be any kind of physical or mental kind of challenges or, in terms of cruelty or anything, but people might just they're together and then they run its course that okay, I don't think we are long term or want to be together, and then there's a natural or maybe a even um good way that they could split and not be
mm,
hostile or anything that's hurtful. I mean, I think it happens. I don't know for sure, but I mean,
mm,
but I feel like, do people know the difference about when they're in something that is abusive and that they really are in something they shouldn't be in, compared to
mm.
just a relationship that is maybe time to just call it quits, so to speak.
Well, I think it's important that communication is the number one thing. And often, sometimes one of them, they don't talk. They don't say how they feel.
All right.
If they're disappointed about something a little bit, then get it out. Express your feelings. Say, this is how I feel. And what happens is when we hold it in and we don't talk about it, that's when it suddenly builds up and builds up and builds up. And then it's, oh, I don't want to be here any longer. No. So it's really important to talk about things before it gets to that, before it
Hmm.
escalates. But really, I mean, if you feel small, if you feel trapped, silenced, or constantly questioning your worth, what is that? If you're walking on eggshells,
Yeah.
you know, it's like that is the start of abuse, disrespect. Are you being disrespected? It's love is kindness and respect,
Uh,
and communication is the key. Communication is the key. Yeah. And love is acceptance just the way you are, but it's also talking about things and communication because really love is growth.
yeah.
Yeah. And freedom. One person might want to go and do this and the other person can go to do that. You don't have to do everything together.
No, for sure.
No. If one likes sport and the other one like golf and the other one wants tennis, well, you can both go and enjoy it. Maybe the person who plays tennis can go to the golf club to join for a drink after the round of 18 holes. So,
Yeah.
yes, but it's about growth. Absolutely. Yeah. Because we love growth. Growth is progress and happiness. So I think that's important. But if there's something that diminishes your self-esteem, then definitely that's not love.
No, you need to
It's not
empower
love.
each other.
Absolutely. Yes. And saying to each of your the partner, what makes you happy? What can I do? Oh, what makes you happy? That's a conversation to have as well.
Let's jump into track 6.
Yes.
This is Sia. I never know how to
Yes.
pronounce her name.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Titanium.
Yeah.
This is with collaboration with David Guetta. Guetta.
Oh, right. Yes. Yes. It's fabulous. What a great song. Now, this is a song, to get you through
So this is a
to
turning point you had, right?
it
At this
really
point.
is it's another turning point. And uh there actually came a point in that journey of getting through it and choosing myself where I thought it would get easier. I've made that decision, it's going to get easier. And actually, it got harder. It got
Okay.
harder. Well, healing doesn't happen all at once. It's not a single decision. It's a daily commitment. But it's each time you choose yourself, when you speak up, even though your voice may be trembling inside. Yeah,
Yeah.
first. Yeah. When you rest, when you cry, when you go to the park. And this is what I did a lot. Go to the park rather than going back to the chaos in your life. You are reclaiming pieces of yourself. That
Right.
is the start. Yeah. So sometimes the hardest part is not walking away, it's what comes after.
Hmm.
What comes after? When without a map, I haven't rebuilt a map of where I'm going without certainty. And the funny thing is about without being the version you used to be back then when you were in chains.
Yeah.
So, my book, as we mentioned before, Finding My Way Back to Me,
Hmm.
it's made up of those 43 pivotal days that it took me to change my life. Yeah. These are the days when I was pushed to my limits and forced to make decisions and that I never thought, I'd do. I'd have to make these decisions. But anyway, during that time, that is why this song means a lot to me, Titanium, because, well, you know the words. I'm bulletproof, nothing to
Yeah.
lose. You know those words. Well,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
didn't. I didn't feel like bulletproof. I didn't feel like, and I didn't feel strong at all, and I didn't feel ready. But this song became a reminder that strength doesn't have to be loud.
Right.
Strength can be quiet. It can be quiet, a quiet decision to get out of bed, uh, to speak, even though your voice is trembling. That's the sort of thing I mean, to make a choice to leave. It can
Yeah.
be that it helped me. And that's why this song, it actually became, it, it feels like that. Titanium, the armor I couldn't find inside me yet.
Right.
I use this as my armor. Yeah. It's very strong, isn't it? Empowering song.
Yeah.
It's
Very
a
much.
very empowering song. So if you're looking for a song like that to empower yourself, whoa, I think this will get you through. You might not be ready, but you will be with this song. Yes. Yeah.
Let's move on to track 7. Now
Yes.
I'm curious how this plays because this is Cyndi Lauper, True Colors.
Yeah. What a beautiful song. Well, as I was sort of clawing my way back to myself, out of the cage and out of the chaos, of my life, there was a chapter that nobody actually prepares you for. And this is when your anger meets humiliation and the pain turns to fire. What you've been through, it turns to fire. You're ready to, and so this song, True Colors, sort of steadied me
Hmm.
a bit. because it reminded me to maintain my dignity and respect and to protect my peace, and hold on to my integrity, especially when everything in me wanted to destroy the person who was just destroying me.
Right.
Yeah? Because my pepped up rage and humiliation meant when I got the chance, I turned into, into the abused, into the abuser, from the abused into the abuser very, very quickly. And I found myself doing things that I really never thought I'd do. I say after one or two major incidents, um, I realized that my desire for revenge was turning me into somebody I didn't want to be.
Right. Wow.
Yeah.
That's got to be tough.
It's got to be tough. And this is what happens. Sometimes you think you change because, you get upset, you get mad, you get the fire, and you start switching roles,
Right.
reacting to it instead of
What's
being
the
calm. Instead of being calm and relaxed around the situation, you swap roles and you
Yeah.
start to react. So the roles reversed. And that's very important to maintain your dignity and respect as you're going through something like that, a
But this was
reactive time
happening
in your life
after you left the relationship or through the relationship it
through the
changed.
relationship. Because, yes, I mean, it takes a bit of a time to go through it.
Right.
It's,
Okay.
you leave, and then especially when you're still in the same house together, you've got to go through these things before things actually are sorted out towards the end. So, yes, it did. And this is yeah. So that was a reminder that. So those lyrics, I see your true colors shining through, and that's why I love you. Beautiful song, beautiful song. It remembered that. Um, it reminded me that, I had actually lived in a world where I had forgotten my values
Right.
because I allowed somebody else to define them for me.
Do you think that when you go through something like this, does it, the expression like once bitten, twice shy? Or do you think that, you know what, I've gone through this, but now I'm ready to be able to find someone who will share my values and share what I have to give and appreciate it in the right way instead
Absolutely.
of
Yes, but not yet. I
not yet.
wasn't ready for any of that yet. I
No.
wasn't ready. It's first, I need my values back, my
Right.
own values. And that was the thing. And it was remembering who I am. That's the number one. And what matters to me. That is very important before anything else comes in, other relationships come in. It's who I am first and what matters to me. Love, kindness, respect, beautiful freedom, all those lovely things. Yes, in
Hmm.
life. Yeah. So and those values now, yes, they are the compass that guide my life, that guides me through life. That's what it is. But you really need uh, to really live that yourself first
Right.
before you go out. Yeah. You need to walk your talk. That's what I want to say. You need to walk your talk. Yeah.
Right.
And do it to
So,
yourself. Have that relationship with yourself first. Don't go and find another relationship. Have the best loving relationship with yourself.
right.
That's the way to do it. Yes. Yourself before you go out.
So how do you feel like when you were aware of losing your values? Like what was some like when you finally noticed, okay, I'm this is not what I want. Can you I can't hear you. Mm-mm. Can you hear me?
Mm,
Uh,
dear.
there you are.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, now you're back. Okay.
Lovely. Okay. So, what was that? So the coming back to what you were talking about was
Your values, when did you realize that you were losing your values and how did you notice that or to identify like, okay, this is not what I want?
yes, because what happened was I kept the peace. I wanted all the tension of the house and the to go. So I kept silent.
Mm,
I kept silent because I just wanted peace.
okay.
So I lost my values from there. I didn't speak up. I was too scared to speak up. All I wanted was a peace. I didn't want a reactive house, a chaos. I wanted peace and quiet. So I just did what I was told, hoping he would be better. But then there was more disrespect. And I think if, as I said, one piece of disrespect, and then it comes two and three, and then we become normal. We normalize it.
Right.
Yeah, we
But
normalize
did
it. And
you also realize like we can't change other people?
we can't know. But I think one of my values, Sean, when you think about it, one of my values, I mean, I don't know whether I would have left that marriage if it hadn't have been for the affair he had.
Okay.
So one of my values was had gone too much.
Right.
Enough was enough. And that was um, being dishonest,
Right.
being unfaithful, because love is being faithful
Yeah.
to me. So, yes, one of them was probably the turning point. And that was the turning point.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and then I had to get all these values back. I had to redefine who am I? What matters, to me? What is love? A self-discovery of who I was. What does love mean to me?
Right.
Yeah. Now, no, love's not disrespect. Love's respect now. I'm changing it. Yeah. So now, of course, you don't tolerate even one bit of disrespect. No, you don't let that build up. You don't let that build up. You're more in tune with who you are. You listen to your gut feeling. Yeah. When something doesn't feel right, you say that. You say
Right.
something. Yeah. The alarm bells, yeah, are there. We have that gut instinct. We're like that. We're wild. We don't need to live in fear. We
Right.
just instinctively know what to do. don't we? We just instinctively know what to do. We know when it feels good and we know when it doesn't feel good. You
Right.
know, how we get that knot in our stomach. So, yeah. And I follow that. I follow that. And because I don't live in fear, I'm more relaxed and calm. So you're more in tune with your intuition.
So you said his affair was kind of like the final straw to do
Yeah,
this.
I'd say so, yes.
Do you think that maybe that was also a chance for you finally to say, okay, this is
Yeah,
enough?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And it felt like you had a
Absolutely.
strong enough case to say, well, this is
Yes,
definitely you've crossed the line before, but this is the line that there's no going back to.
absolutely. No going back to.
Right. Okay.
Absolutely. And that was it
Wow.
for
Okay.
me. Yeah. I mean, you know, yes. But now, if anything else happens like that, that wouldn't be that. It would be the disrespect, you know. So if I'm disrespected, I wouldn't be with somebody who
Right.
disrespected me. I wouldn't. Yeah. So, yeah. But that's it. And for some women, yeah, it takes a long time. It takes them bruises and, broken bones. But no, lucky, yeah, yeah.
All right.
But I'm just saying that no abuse is good. Yeah. Love is totally without abuse
Correct.
because control replaces respect
No.
with abuse.
Yeah. Yeah.
And yeah, that's not good. So yeah, so that song, I love it. I think it's fabulous. Your true colors, yeah. And healing is about coming home to yourself, to your truth, and the colors that you were born with. Getting back to that. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think that's important. Yeah.
Now we jump to track 8. I feel like we're
Yes.
definitely going to see another change coming from this song.
It's
This
lovely,
is
isn't
from the
it? This
film
one.
Gladiator, Hans
Yeah.
Zimmer and Lisa Gerrard.
Oh
Now we are
gosh,
free.
it's wonderful, isn't it? I
Yeah.
love this song. I just love this song. This song feels like this song was like the music. It bypassed my mind and it went straight in the heart. That's where it was. And it felt ancient.
Hmm.
It did. I know the film, but it does feel ancient. And it was something my spirit recognized before my body did.
Wow.
Mm. It just, I don't know. There's something about it. It's very deep. It's a lovely, beautiful
Hmm.
song. I felt like the song, it feels like a song of a warrior, doesn't it? Who has fought her way through her own history to me. And it was a moment I really understood that peace was no longer something I needed from somebody else.
From
Peace
within.
was no, it was yeah, is what I could create, something that I could claim. I could claim peace, and that's what it's about. It's all about, creating that peace within us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, so this sort of song marked my arrival, I think, into the life that I was finally um, about to live.
Hmm.
It's not perfect, but it's just true. True. It's true. Just being me, being
Yeah.
true, and that's what, yeah, that I felt a big thing from this, and return to that self-worth. That's huge.
It's almost like letting out a
Self-worth.
big sigh.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
now this is ready for the next.
I'm
Now
ready
you're
for
free,
this.
and now you're ready for the next chapter.
Yeah, but this time I know what to do with it. That's your, that's it. I know what to do with it. Yeah. Now I am free. Yeah.
Right.
It's beautiful. Yeah. I love it. Mm.
I think we're going to keep getting free if we jump into track nine.
Oh my God.
This is from the 80s, I think. I'm trying to remember when the song was originally written, but this is Katrina and the Waves, Walking on
Yes.
Sunshine.
Oh my goodness me. Well, now we are free was what reclaimed my spirit. This song, I'm walking on sunshine, reclaimed my body, my joy, my playfulness, my light. I just love it. The beat. I'm looking at it's fantastic. You just want to get up, don't you? So this
Yeah.
song didn't just make me smile, it lifted me and it moved me. And it reminded me that joy isn't something we wait for.
Hmm.
It's something we feel. It's something we feel. And when that song came on, I just, I didn't, without thinking, I just
Hmm.
get up and I still get up. I can't I stop. I get up and I dance like a little girl that hasn't got a care in the world. I
Right.
go back to that little girl with this song. And well, my dancing's not too good, but that doesn't bother me. I don't care who's watching me. I dance. I dance like that little girl would dance. And yeah, I love it. I realize that doesn't just happen healing doesn't happen in those heavy moments all the time. It's a light moments. It's a moment where you catch yourself smiling for no reason at all.
It almost sounds like, when you hear this song, it reminds you of how far you've come.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see that sun on the track. I know that walking Woman in Chains, Tears for Fears. That cover has a sunshine.
Right.
And now that cover changed to I'm walking on sunshine, different energy completely. Yeah, different energy. I mean, they're beautiful songs. All of these songs are beautiful, but just a different energy. I was just walking on that sunshine. And I was actually dancing on the sunshine. No,
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
was, yeah, it was, I finally found, you know, that, joy had come back into me. That joy just came back. And I had space for it. It wasn't that I had all the answers because I didn't then, and I
Hmm.
don't. And you don't need all the answers anyway. You don't have to have it all figured out. Yeah.
Right.
You just need that decision. Yeah, I just want to be free. I want to make my own decisions. I want to make my own choices. That's all I wanted to do. Yeah. So that joy had space to come in me again. And yeah, it's yeah, it's great. It's really good. Yeah, because I didn't need permission to be joyful. I'm just joyful because I am.
Right.
Yeah.
When you were going through this, Amanda, was there a time after you were finally, separated and everything, and moving on and become finding your own personal strength and your own personal freedom? Was there a
Mm.
time when you said, "I will love again. I will want to be with someone else"?
Yes, but I actually had a long break. I had a long break because I just wanted to have that relationship with myself. I
Yeah.
wanted that time. I needed that time to heal, to just, get all that baggage away. You know what I mean? There was a lot of stuff I needed to do there, forgive
Yeah.
and, and work on myself. And that was important to do. Um, but it was really about having that relationship with myself first. And then I was ready. Yeah.
Right.
But I wanted to be light. Um, And yeah, and that's what I did. But I wanted to be in a relationship that I was the same person. I
Right.
don't want to change. I'm not changing because that's who I
No.
am. So that, it was about love is acceptance. And it's about accepting. I accept myself just the way I am. And
Right.
it's about accepting the other person as well, and the other person accepting me. And that's important. Yeah. Because we don't want to go back into those. Well, I didn't want to go back into that. Somebody else's ways. We need to connect together and work together. Yeah. And yeah. So, yes, of course. Yeah. And I think love is a wonderful thing, and love does change everything. Um, but it's just, yeah, I knew what love meant to me. And to be honest, I wouldn't accept anything less,
Right.
And yeah, I think it's like I want to align with the same type of love, Yeah. Because
Do you
there's
think
a
people,
lot of love out there. Yeah.
yeah, no, I was going to ask you if you think people sometimes mistake or feel like it's wrong to be selfish and to put yourself first. Because if you can't be the best version of you and the version that you want to be, how can you then give love to someone else or, to share love when you're not being true or honest to yourself as well? And I think
Absolutely.
I don't think it's selfish. I think it's actually the right way to go.
Absolutely. Number one, you are number one.
Yeah.
It's all about self-care and looking after yourself so you can be a good, you can be a good version of yourself to show other people, to help other people. Of course, it's about helping others, but it's about, first of all, you know, putting yourself first. It's sacred. It's important. It's what got me through.
Yeah.
Self-care, and I mean, it's often said, oh, no, you're being selfish. No, I'm not being selfish. You need that time. You need that time. It's a lifeline. It was a lifeline to me. And I found that self-care, and I'd often go to the park because
Yeah.
I needed to. I needed to get out. I needed to get amongst nature. That's the most important thing in nature. Getting amongst the trees and the birds and where I could just, think about things. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And be amongst the peace and that it's beautiful. Yeah. So no, I believe that it's about number one. Yeah. Yeah. Looking after yourself first so that you can be, yeah, help other people. Yeah. But it's not about being a people pleaser.
No,
No.
absolutely.
No.
Well, take us home now with track 10.
Track 10, well, that is Bring Me a Higher Love by Whitney Houston. I
Whitney
love this
Houston's
song.
version of this song.
Yes, I like that because there are a few versions of this. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
yeah,
So this became, the anthem of what I know that what I deserve, a higher love. And that's what I'm
absolutely.
saying. It's a higher love, but a higher love for myself first, yeah? A
Yeah,
love that is free from attachment. Uh-uh. We don't want that attachment. We want a connection. A
yeah,
love that is free from validation and fear. We don't want fear. Love is without fear. Yeah, love is trust. The more we trust, it's without fear because we instinctively know when something's right. And a love that allows me to be whole. And that's important, to be whole, not to be perfect, not to, you know, and today I'm still doing that. I'm still working on myself. I'm still managing my thing. Okay, have I been to the park today? Or, you know what I mean? It's not like it's gone. It's no, this is it. No, it's a constant managing it. We don't need to control it. We're just managing, yes,
right.
ourselves, eating the right foods, eating healthy, making healthy choices. That's what it's about. Staying healthy is making the right choices, the healthy choices. Yeah.
Yeah,
And so love begins with the self and echoes outwards. So you become a reflection of who you are. You bring in who you are inside. So the more you're kinder to yourself and loving to yourself, that's what you bring into your life. You're aligned to that. But it's about saying no to something that isn't.
Right.
It's not about bringing in everything, yes? It's about having boundaries. So it's also bring me a higher love. It's a request. But it's also a standard, and that's it. I have a standards.
You
Yeah,
have a standard
absolutely,
now.
absolutely. I have standards. Yes, to keep my peace, to protect the gentle gates. It's not a wall. It's a gentle gate to protect my own peace that it took me so long to create. The
Yeah.
peace inside. So that's what it is. And it's a bar that I now set for every relationship in my life, you know, a bar that starts inside me. And that's what I do. It's a boundaries. It's about having boundaries. Yeah. And standards. Yeah. It's about the standards. Yeah.
Amanda, what about for people listening to this or people who've like reading your book or finding you on your website and such?
Hmm.
Is there a few initial steps for them to, or even questions they should be asking themselves to start with?
Well, are you happy where you are now? Yes. Are you fully happy in life? Would you change anything? Because if there's something missing in your life, there'll always be something missing in your life.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's about feeling complete now, feeling whole now. Yeah.
Hmm.
That's where it starts because then you can build from wholeness. It's very difficult to build when you're half empty.
Right.
Yeah. So it's a foundation. Yeah.
What's
And
what's next for you?
well, this is the beginning. Bring me a higher love is the beginning. Is the beginning. And it's a story I get to write. It's a new story I get to write with a healed heart and a worthy soul. Yeah. And this is where a place where a higher love can live. When you have that higher love for yourself, because and that is the greatest freedom of all. The higher love you have for yourself is the greatest. Yeah, yeah. That's what life's about. Yeah. So,
Well, I want to thank you for sharing this journey. It sounds like um, I definitely see like this blue sky
do
from
you? Yeah.
where it has, where possibly you started, especially with your songs
Yeah.
and where you are now. I think ending on higher love is a beautiful sentiment.
Mm,
And it's also this positivity that has to just stay with us and belief, self-belief that we can do it.
absolutely. Absolutely. And it's good. It makes us stronger. All these, it's a life, a discovery of what love
Hmm.
means to you, and it brings you stronger, and it connects you more to yourself. All these life experiences, it's wonderful, yeah. But it's about learning. What did I learn through that negative time in my life? Wow, what did you learn? What positive things did you learn?
Yeah,
And
yeah,
take those forward into the future. Well, I learned to
yeah.
speak up more, and now I
Right.
do. I do with love and kindness. I speak up. Yeah. My voice doesn't tremble anymore. It's fabulous. And you learn all these things through our life experiences, and it makes you stronger. And yeah. So I will say one thing, Sean. I would never change anything in my life. Every life experience I've experienced, I wouldn't change a thing
Right. I think that's a
because
great point.
yeah, because it shaped me who I am today. And I'm grateful for everybody who came into my life to teach me, sometimes in not a very nice way or a negative way, but they taught me, come on,
Yeah,
stand up, self-love, stand up, love yourself. Yeah.
right.
And that's what I got from that. Self-love, a higher love.
That's beautiful.
Thank you.
Uh, Amanda, thank you so much for being my guest. I wish you the best and more success. And I hope that people connect with you, especially those who need to hear this and to
Yeah.
that really are in trouble that
Yeah.
need to be released of the pain that they're going through. I hope that, it sounds like you can give great support, and I hope
Well,
we
if
all can.
anybody needs, absolutely, Sean. And if anybody needs to get in contact with me, my website, amandajscott.com. If they want to send me, if you know a friend that's going through this, or you want some questions asked or anything like that, send me an email. And
Absolutely.
I will personally return an email to help you because you need somebody that's been through that journey, that's there for support. And I'm here. That's what I'm here to do. Yeah,
Yeah, well,
to
I'll share
help others.
your links for everyone as well.
Lovely. That's
Um,
kind. Thank you.
Amanda, we say goodbye. I wish you to be
Yeah,
kind, be humble, and be loved, as I say to everyone. So the
thank you.
best to you. Thank you so much.
And all the best to you, Sean, and all your listeners. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Pretty vacant times.
Are you ready?
It suffers for his sports jacket.